Yo, how's it going, guys? So we're in Red Dead Redemption 2 on my Asus Strix RTX 4090 with a 3090 megahertz overclock, which is kind of funny. I came from a 3090. Anyways, so let's show you the graphics settings really quickly. So we're at 4K resolution. So let's go into the option settings here. So 4K resolution, 144 hertz display. It's an Acer Predator 4K display, and NVIDIA reflex low latency is enabled. All graphic settings are basically fully maxed out. All the ultra settings and all the advanced extra settings are all at the highest setting. NVIDIA DLSS is off. I will turn it on later when I test out 8K and stuff. And my i9 1300KF processor, which I just recently got, is at a 5.7 gigahertz all-core overclock. And as you can see, everything here is fully maxed out. Ultra settings. Pretty sure, yeah, this is all fully maxed out here. Yeah. Everything is fully maxed out. Reflection MSA is off. I'm not going to use anti-aliasing right now because we're at 4K. And so that's that. So let's go ahead and play the game, and then let's see how it runs, and then we'll experiment with different resolutions, and we'll kind of stress out the i9 1300K processor by going to 1440p and 1080p to see frames per second and what have you. So let's go ahead and play the game, and let's just see how it runs at 4K here. So without DLSS, and as you can see, it runs beautifully, about 100, almost 100 frames per second. Using about 9700 megabytes of VRAM and 17 gigabytes, or no, yeah, 17 gigabytes of my system RAM. I'm running a DDR5 PC 6400 RAM by G-Skill. It's I think it's called the Z5, I believe. It's a pretty low latency RAM, so. I'm gonna wait till I get to the water scene here to further stress the GPU. So, or actually, the forest is also pretty stressful too. So I'm gonna go to the forest and stuff. So, look, that's where it seems to be. It seems like it lowered a little bit in the forest. There's more foliage and stuff. So that's that. So then let's go ahead and lower the resolution here. So let's put this i9 1300K up a little bit more stress out on it. So let's put it at 1440p. So apply changes. Bear with me as I monitor adjust here. So yes. And again, this is without DLSS. So it looks like now we're getting about 165 frames per second. Visual fidelity is obviously reduced. I mean, 1440p is still a pretty good resolution, but you could definitely tell, at least on my 4K display, that the quality is just not the same. But most of the time, 1440p is pretty fine, you know, for most games, you know, in terms of quality. But I could tell the difference for sure. Okay, so that's that. So now let's go to 1080p, and obviously by this water, it's going to be a little bit more stressful, but that's okay. I'm sure this 4090 will have no problem rendering 1080p. So this will further stress my i9 1200KF. So let me click apply changes, and again, bear with me as my monitor adjusts here, because I can't see anything until it's done. And then let's go ahead and see what kind of frames per second we get. So this is by the water, so it's a little bit more heavy. Okay, so that's that. So let me very briefly go back to 4K because I wanted to see, because this is by the water, it's obviously more stressful on the GPU. So let's kind of really test out this GPU. So 4K, apply. And this is obviously going to be more stressful than prior because it's by the water and there's more, you know, reflections and stuff to render. So I just want to see what the frames per second rolls through that. So it looks like about, let's see here, around 78 to 80. So a little bit lower, so. Okay, so now let's briefly test 8K, which I did prior, but let's just see. I forgot, I didn't actually do it prior with FSR. I think prior I did it with the resolution scaling option, so. Now the VRAM is, VRAM is going to be insane probably. So almost 17 gigabytes of VRAM. Frame timing is obviously a lot higher. But visual fidelity, I mean, just wow, just look at that. You can definitely tell the difference. I'll try going by the forest and stuff to show you foliage and stuff, but yeah, it looks a lot better. And you know, it's obviously not 60 frames per second, but hey, it is. I'm playing it. You know, I'm not getting any stutters or anything. But obviously, ideally, you wouldn't want to be playing at this resolution for a smooth gameplay. But you know, visual fidelity though, it looks amazing. I think those forests here are really stressing. I'm gonna go slow here through the forest. Kind of pan the camera a little bit here, so. Wow, it's beautiful. I know there's a certain area here where like you get an over. Yeah, I think it's where you could see like, you know, you could really test the draw distance and stuff. So this would be a good area. It's a. Oh shit! I want to fall there. There, test the draw distance and stuff. So. Okay, so now let's experiment with DLSS, and hopefully I can enable it. I forgot if I can, because I'm using FSR now, so hopefully it'll let me enable it. Before I couldn't because when you use the in-game resolution scaling, it would cause issues. So let's put it at. Let's see what I have it set to. Performance. Let's set the quality first, just to see what kind of frame we get. This is 8K resolution with DLSS at quality. And put yes. Go to the forest too, and let's look at this detail here. So wow, looks great. And it's almost playable, you know. Not quite 60, but you know, over 30 frames per second. So not too bad. But somewhat playable. I mean, I would say I could play it fine, you know. You know, given the resolution 8K, so, you know. Okay, now let's experiment with other stuff here. So let's put the DLSS at I always get lost on where it is. Okay, there it is. Let's put the DLSS at performance and see what kind of frame rate. Okay, just for sake. See if I get to at least 60 frames per second here. So let's see, 52. Oh, there we go. There's 60. Try going through the forest here. So again, this is 8K resolution with DLSS set to performance. So almost 60 frames per second, depending on the scene. I'm sure if I go through the forest, it's going to get down to like the 50s. Okay, and then let's put the ultra performance, and then let's just see. I could definitely tell the quality is just not there anymore. Obviously, with this DLSS, obviously, you know, in some ways, you may disagree. I think it's cheating personally. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's a technology. This new DLSS 3, where it's using AI to generate frames that aren't there. It is, in my opinion, cheating. But don't get me wrong. It's a great technology. You know, if you're running lower end hardware, it's definitely going to be beneficial to people. Okay, so high performance mode in DLSS at 8K is definitely playable, so we're a little bit above 60 frames per second here, so very good. But I could definitely tell the quality to me, this 8K, looks like 4K to me, honestly. If you ask me, you know, looking at my 4K display here, I'd say this looks like more like 4K to me. But definitely pretty cool. Okay, so now let me do one further test here, so let's go to let's go to 4K and then experiment with the DLSS settings, because 4K is more. Don't get me wrong, it's not a very standard resolution, but more people are going to be playing 4K than they would be 8K, realistically. So now let me experiment with the DLSS settings at 4K, And then let's put it at, oops, I always double click the mouse and then it applies back, so that's okay. And then let's put it at, is there high quality? Okay, so there's quality mode, apply changes. So this is 4K with DLSS at quality, which is probably a pretty ideal setting to use, I'd say. And then we're in the forest here, which is obviously more heavy, but it looks like we're getting about a little over 110 frames per second here. So obviously the forest is going to be a little bit more harder on the GPU. But very smooth gameplay. And then it looks like as I get away from the forest, it gets into 120s, almost 130, so pretty cool. I'm excited for the new Grand Theft Auto 6. I mean, that's going to be a fun game to test for a lot of reasons, but hopefully that comes out next year or 2 years or however long it's going to take. Obviously, it's going to be a long time because they take forever to make those games, but I'm excited for that. Okay, so that's 4K with quality setting, and then now let's experiment with some other settings here. So I always pass it up. Yeah, I already passed it. Wish they just put the DLSS setting at the top. It would be a little bit more easier to manage. So let's put performance mode at 4K. See what kind of frames per second we got with the Asus Strix RTX 4090. Yes, apply. And 130 frames per second, as you can see there. A little over 130. Okay. Hope you guys aren't getting bored here. I'm, experimenting. Hopefully, this things you guys want to see. So then let's go to ultra performance here. Apply. And this is by the water, so it's a little bit more heavy. So let me get away from the water. It's like about 130 to 100. Oh, it looks like it went up now. It got away from the water, so about 150 frames per second looks like. Between 120 and 150 it looks like. Okay, so I think that's pretty much all that you guys would want to see. So I'll just very briefly go to 1440p to again test the CPU out and to see just what kind of frames we can get at 1440p with DLSS at performance, high performance. I think it's at high performance, right? Let me double check here. Yeah, well, it's performance. So pretty cool. So I just wanted to do that test. And then bear with me as I download more games, or now I'm finishing up downloading Forza Horizon 5. I'll install that and then test this i9 1300KF at different resolutions like it did here. And then I'll see you guys in the next video. So peace out. If you want to see any particular games or videos or settings or things that I do in a game, just let me know in the comments and I'll definitely try to make it happen when I can. So thanks for watching. I appreciate all the support and see you guys for the next video. Stay positive in life. Keep doing what you enjoy doing, and I'll see you guys for the next video. Peace out.